Hey guys, welcome back and happy Thursday. All right, guys, well, we're back to talk about Teresa and Joe Giudice from the Real Housewives of New Jersey because this is kind of unexpected, but Teresa had Joe on his podcast or on her podcast, which, what? He's addressing calling her a see you next Tuesday. He's saying what he didn't like about filming The Real Housewives of New Jersey, and he's talking about the Chrisley's prison sentences. On top of that, we have Vanderpump Rules star Katie Maloney, who seems like she's having a little bit of a hard time. So before we jump in, if you guys haven't already, go ahead, smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. And don't forget that a new episode of Hot Messy Podcast is out, well, yesterday, 2 days ago, and now we have a new one on Friday. Everything is blurring. It's the holidays. We have my brother and my sister-in-law in town. They leave on Sunday. We have my mother-in-law coming in town on Wednesday. I'm getting my teeth ripped out on Wednesday and screws put in. It's an absolute shit show, but we're here for it. And I love you guys, and let's jump right in.
It's time for all your binge-worthy pop culture news. Welcome to Up and Adam.
All right, guys, so thanks to Reality Blurb and anyone else who decided to cover this, but Joe Giudice appeared on his ex-wife, Teresa Giudice's podcast on Tuesday. And this is where he admitted that when it came to his role on The Real Housewives of New Jersey, he never wanted to be a reality star. And that I'm not shocked by. I'm really not. Before looking back on the season 4 moment in which he called his then spouse, Teresa, a see you next Tuesday, amid a cast trip to Napa and sharing his thoughts on the prison sentences recently dealt to the Chrisley Knows Best stars, Todd Chrisley and Julie, Joe likened himself to his 18-year-old daughter, Gia Giudice. He said that I was like her. That's how I was. I really did not want to be on the show. Okay. It was like annoying to me to sit there and have people film what I'm doing. I wasn't like a big fan of that. I like to do what I want to do when I want to do it, and that's it. They were filming me just dragging the garbage cans out, stupid things, which, I mean, yes, they need pickup shots, and yes, I'm sure some of them were annoying, but you were getting paid a shit ton of money to be on the show. You get that, right? Like, you were getting paid a lot. As for his controversial behavior in Napa, during which he slammed Teresa, with whom he also shares 21-year-old Gia Giudice, 16-year-old Melania Giudice, and 13-year-old Adriana on top of Gabriella, Joe admitted it was nothing to be proud of. The wine and everything that was going on and the pressure, I just invested a lot of money in there. Everyone didn't know what the hell to do. I was in Napa over there getting drunk and drinking, and it was a place I did not want to be. We were already there for 3 or 4 days, 5 days, so how much wine can you drink? This is what he wondered before clarifying that the word see you next Tuesday is disgusting. And according to Teresa, the language wasn't something that she previously heard from Joe. He's never used that word with me. That's what she shared, but Joe did ultimately apologize, so I think that's where we have to lean in on this one. To tell you the truth, I've never used that word with any girl. That's just not a nice word, and I don't even know where it came from. And especially to call the mother of my kids that name, when I saw that, I was like disgusted. Well, you can't take it back now, Joe. You can't. But hold on, we're not done. As for the Chrisley sentencing, which resulted in Tom, I'm thinking about Katie Maloney's ex, but we can call him whatever you want. I guess at this point, he's going to prison for 12 years. But Todd Chrisley being dealt with 12 years behind bars while Julie got 7. Joe suggested that the couple's fate would have been different had they not gone to trial. These people did the exact same thing we did, that I did, not Teresa, me, which probably I'd say 90% of the world does. The US did during the times, but they targeted us. I don't know if this is the best way to be able to come back into the United States, but this is where he's leaning with it. So, okay, we'll go with it. And now these people here did the exact same thing, same exact charges, but they would probably have gotten a slap on the wrist. According to Joe, he believes that if Todd and Julie hadn't have gone to trial, they would have gotten sentences similar to what he and Teresa got years ago for their own fraud charges. Joe was dealt 41 months, while Teresa got 15, although they ended up spending about 36 and 11 months behind bars, respectfully. Now, Todd would have probably gotten the same amount that I got, which he would have been out in 17 months because he could have did the drug program and other programs because he's a citizen. But being that he went to trial, they crucified him. They give you double the time. And if anybody knows the legal system at this point, it's probably Joe Giudice. You can go to trial against the feds, but you're going to lose. We did the right thing. We took our plea, we licked our wounds, and we did what we had to do and moved on. All right. Well, with that, if they're moving on, let's move on, because now we're back to talk about Katie Maloney, who is opening up about being miserable and hating her life after her divorce from Tom Schwartz, which is really interesting just based off of the fact that she was the one who initiated this divorce. But hold on, here it is. She's talking about with the holidays, it's a complicated time to navigate, and this is a season of her life that has been a lot to deal with. I knew when it was time, to give up, and I knew that this time was going to come up, but she said I was going to be hating life, and I knew that, and I am. I'm hating life. I'm miserable right now. There's a lot of punk asses that I have to deal with along the way that I'm just not really into, and it's a lot that I don't ask for, but I'm just trying to make the best of it. And a fan, this was after a fan, called in to ask Terry if Katie seems happier after her divorce. Her mom said that she's been having difficulties during the holiday season. Okay, honest, I do and I don't. Okay, honest is a lot of times I talk to you and you are like happy and things are going great, but honestly, you are having a hard time still. That's what her mom explained, which her mom is one of the coolest people I've ever met, ever. That said, Terry does think that Katie would be a lot happier if it weren't for situations going on around her. If I can be honest, it's like, you're not as happy as I want you to be. Let's put it that way. During an episode of Nick Vile's The Vile Files podcast earlier this month, Katie, who confirmed her split from Tom in March, told the Bachelor alum that she was dreading the holidays. But she also said that her home at the time was like, I don't know, what is that called? What is the holiday network called? The Hallmark Channel. Like, it was like the Hallmark Channel. I knew that it was going to be rough. I was trying to be optimistic, Post-divorce, and this is the first year, there's been a lot of firsts, and that's just going to sting. For 12 years, I've celebrated with Tom. He was my family. He was part of my life, and so I knew it was going to be very different, which different is what it is. There were ornaments that were like first Christmas, like a little bride and groom characters, and like we got our house that Christmas ornament, and then our ornaments with our dogs that say the Shorts with our names like on it, and I was like, this blows. So just being able to unpack that and those feelings this year has just been trying to unpack a lot of complicated feelings and just push through and, process and heal from it. But, every time I get over one hump, then I am met with another mountain. I guess we're going to leave it at that. Guys, I don't want to just give you all of this and not ask what you think. So go ahead and let me know. What do you think about Joe Giudice joining Teresa Giudice on her Namaste Bitches podcast, but also Katie Maloney opening up about navigating the holidays and being so miserable, which I don't blame her. I want to hear what you have to say. So if you haven't already, go ahead, smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. Go over to our community tab, vote in the poll. And also we have a new episode of Hot Messy Podcast dropping tomorrow. I love you guys, and we'll see you so very soon. Bye, guys.